Right. See there. I am writing a program. Observe it. I am taking interfaces. You can have inner interfaces application. You can have. Inner interfaces application you can have. Package test. I am taking one class here first. Always I'll take subclass. This is one outer class. Here I'll take one interface. Interface I test2. This is instance member inner interface. I'll take public static interface I test2. Now, static member inner interface. So public abstract void M2 of int X. I am taking one abstract method. I am taking M22. I'll take and Y. Whenever the one abstract method is there, you can write lambda. It's very easy. That may be static member inner interface or instance member inner interface. We can write lambda. Okay, right. Now, go for main class and run it first. So here, go for main class, maccess class demo inner interface. Demo inner interface. Here, import test.star. Here, the output is coming from now the system.out.println inner interface in class. Inner interface in class. So here two interfaces, no? Anyway, right. I can write lambda directly. See there? I am writing lambda. So outer class subclass dot I test2 OB2 is equal to lambda int X, write the body. This is lambda. Now system.out.println, the answer is coming from M2. The answer is coming from M2. Printing system.out.println, printing the X. The value X is equal to plus X. Here OB2 dot M2 I am calling. This is the first instance member inner class. Next one. Subclass 2 I test22 OB22 equal to lambda expression into y, writing lambda directly. Interface advantage that only. M22 of y, printing y and y. Now OB22 dot M22 13. So when the interface is there, you can write lambda, the answer will come. So finally, you can declare one interface inside the class. That is a possibility. When interface is there, always you can take the support of lambda. Maximum codes will be lambdas. Right. Now we are taking the second case. Inner interface in interface. So inner interface in interface. Right click on that interface. I'll take I test. I'll take I test here. Outer interface. I'll take it. Here, I'll take one inner interface. Automatically static. Static interface. I test some 3. I'll take it roughly. This is static member inner interface. Here public abstract void M3 of some int A roughly. So finally you can declare one interface inside the interface. It is possible. Interface inside the interface is possible. Go for main. Here. I want inner interface in interface. I want it. I want inner interface in interface. Whenever I want write lambda here, I test dot I test 3 OB3 equal to lambda int A arrow, write it. This is lambda. Here you can write the answer is coming from M3 of A. M3 of A. Here printing that A. Here we had OB3 dot M3 of 14. So finally you can have one inner interface inside the interface. The interface is automatically static member inner interface. The last one. You can have interface inside the abstract class. Interface inside the abstract class can be 2 types. Static or non-static. I am taking one abstract class. Abstract class. This is abstract. This is outer abstract class. Here I am taking one interface. Public interface I test 4 roughly. This is instance member inner interface. Now public static interface I test 4. This is one static member inner interface. Here one abstract method anyway. So public abstract void M4 of int P I am taking. Here public abstract void M44 of Q like this. Same concept like class only. Lambda expression. Inner interface in abstract class. in abstract class. Here, abstract class dot I test for OB4 is equal to int P. Now OB4 dot M4. Same process of writing. Abstract class dot I test 44. OB44 is equal to int Q. One arrow. M4 for Q. Printing Q and Q. Now OB44 dot M44. So finally you can have inner interfaces in abstract classes. So here with one single line I can end it. Somebody will ask one indirect question, that's all. Can you have a inner interfaces or not? Answer is yes. So in classes, you can have two ways, static, non-static. In abstract class, you can have two ways, static, non-static. Only in the interface, automatically static. That only concept. That only I am writing in the example form. All of you understood, no? Just see that program run once. Nobody will ask that code to you. Okay, right. So here, I test. First, I took subclass dot Java, I test dot Java, abstract class dot Java. You had demo inner interface dot Java. This is one main class and the output. This is the output. So inner class is possible, inner interface is possible, inner abstract class also possible. But inner abstract class, you try it because similar model will come. Just you sit at home and see above model and try once. Take one class, write one abstract class inside, take static, non-static and try it. Okay, right. Try that model. So here I'll take a title anyway. Notes I will give it. Inner abstract classes in Java. Possibility is there. Inner abstract classes in class. We can also declare inner abstract classes in class and which can be static member inner abstract class, or you can have non-static member inner abstract class. Inner abstract classes in interfaces. We can also declare inner abstract classes in interfaces and which are automatically static member inner abstract classes. Inner abstract classes, in abstract classes, we can also declare inner abstract classes, in abstract classes, which can be static member inner abstract classes, or non-static member inner abstract classes. Both are there. So example, you take as an assignment and do it. So take one and try it with an assignment. Take one class, write one inner abstract class and try it as if like class only. Right. Now with this, your inner class concept has been ended. Generally, you try that inner abstract classes once here. Summary of programming components. Summary of programming components. Summary of programming components. Right. I'll scroll up once here. First page. Here programming components are there. Here variables two types, primitive, non-primitive. Methods two types, static, non-static. Blocks two types, static, non-static. Today, classes also two types came. Constructor only one type anyway. But classes here today, static classes and non-static classes came. Non-static classes. Here static classes means only inner classes. Only inner classes you had. You cannot declare outer class as static, not possible. Static means binding to class. Static variable, bind to class. Static method, bind to class. Static inner class, bind to class. Already we have the diagram. If we take outer class as static, where it will be binded? So static outer class not there. Only inner classes as static. Static classes means only inner classes. Here interfaces also two types at last. Static interfaces and non-static interfaces. This is only inner interfaces. Only inner interfaces. Here abstract classes, again two types. So static abstract classes and non-static abstract classes. Here static abstract classes means only inner abstract classes. This is the awareness in your variables. So Java alphabets has been completed. That's called summary. This is alphabets. So total alphabets has been covered. So these are the total alphabets ended. Then we are concentrating on features. We concentrate on features actually. Polymorph, sorry, inheritance anyway, encapsulation, abstraction. In between one polymorphism is there? No, right? We target that. But polymorphism will be targeted bit late after one chapter. That is, one chapter is nothing but if you scroll up here, if you scroll up, concepts will be there. Here, object-oriented programming concept going on, right? So still, objects flavor is coming on, still presenting your program in the form of objects going on. Up to now, you reached up to object types and still working on. In object-oriented programming, only exception handling will be there. So because we enter into exception handling first. We enter into second concept, that is exception handling. After coming out of exception handling, we go for polymorphism. Then we conclude the features there. Then we come back and do this remaining two. That's the work. So now the course is entering into exception handling process we are entering. But before entering there, here, one comparison diagram will be drawn. After summary of programming components, down we draw one comparison diagram once again. Comparison diagram will be drawn. I want to show one comparison diagram here. 2 minutes. Use the diagram. Can you see this diagram now? Class, interface, abstract class. The complete picture actually. So class will hold variables, methods, blocks, constructors, features, inner classes, inner interfaces, inner abstract classes. Interface will hold variables, abstract methods, concrete methods, no blocks, no constructors, features, inner classes, inner interfaces, inner abstract classes. Abstract class will hold variables, methods, blocks, constructors, features. Methods means both abstract method, concrete method. Anyway, constructor, features, blocks also available, inner classes, inner interface, inner abstract class. This is a complete picture. So I pasted in the notes to you already. You can watch that. With this, your alphabets is ended. So after this, we go for next chapter. Star mark IMP, separate page, exception, handling process. Define exception. The disturbance which is occurred from the application is known as exception. Any disturbance occurred from the application, we call it as exception. The disturbance which is occurred from the application is known as exception. Now see. I'll take one application. Known application, I will take it. Exception, application 1. The known program, I will take it. I comparable, the known program. Because in that already exception is there, you not observed. Demo, exception 1. This is I comparable, you know the program already. Right, you see that? I am running this program, you know the program already. Known program, I am running. If I entered 12, if I entered 13, greater. Sir, many times we written, sir, this one. Now see, I am entering 12, 12, I am entering 13.45. What happened? It will run, it will not run. See there, one disturbance will come. One disturbance is coming or not now? What is the disturbance name now? Input mismatch exception. Exception means a disturbance. Input mismatch disturbance. You want integer value, why you are reading float value? You want integer value or not now? You are entering float value. If you enter other than int value, disturbance will come. Now, here I want int value. Here, exception for non-integer value. Exception, disturbance for non-integer value. Here also disturbance for non-integer value. Here also disturbance for non-integer value. If you read integer value, no problem. If a user enters any value other than integer, disturbance will come. Suppose he enters here 12, no problem. 13, no problem. Here 2.34 problem. Now you have to handle it. Handle it in the meaning, sir, it should not come out like this format. You must give one message to the user. The message is enter only integer value, you must say. Then only user will understand. Understood this one? Right. So some message should come out. Whenever you want to generate one message, you have to handle it. The process which is used to handle the disturbance, the process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. I'm going to train how to handle it. Right? Make it. Define exception handling process. The process which is used to handle the exception, the process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. The process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. We use the following. We use the following blocks in exception handling process. We use the following blocks in exception handling process. One is try block. One is catch block. One is finally block. Try block, catch block, and finally block. So what is the difference between method and block? Sir, method is executed on method call, but blocks are executed automatically. These blocks also executed automatically. Sir, when they are executed, make a statement. These blocks are executed automatically when the exception is raised. These blocks are executed automatically when the exception is raised. When the disturbance comes, the blocks will run. That's the meaning of it. When the disturbance comes, the blocks will run. That's the meaning. Then what is try blocks are? What is catch blocks are? I want to know. Make it. Try block. Try block will hold the statements which are going to raise the exception. Try block will hold the statements which are going to raise the exception. Means exception raising statements we declare in try block. The syntax try here statements try and statements. Now behavior of try block. Behavior of try block. Behavior of try block. Behavior of try block. Behavior means when the exception raised, what it will do in the background. Right, see there. Now, here in this program now, see there. This is all statements you must write under try actually. This is normal programs you typed up to now, no, all programs without detecting exception. Now, one small concept, you are adding that process to your programs. Already programming completed already. For that, you are adding this try catches and coming. Extra part. Now, all these statements should be under try. Imagine it. I had one try here. Sir, I'll write all my statements under try. Among that major statement is int v1 is equal to s dot next int. Remaining all some lines are there. Some code is there anyway, huge code. After that, try block will be closed like this. Imagine it. Here I given one input. Here I given one input. The input is nothing but here 12.34 I given. Whenever I give a 12.34, exception will come. Coming or not now, right? Exception is coming. Now I entered 12.34. So whenever I entered 12.34, here exception raised actually. Means exception means disturbance. That's all. From today, wherever the word exception is, there is disturbance. The disturbance may be improper input. The disturbance may be connection not available. The disturbance may be service not available. The disturbance may be file not available. The disturbance may be conversion problem like this. That will create a problem for your program running. Now, when the disturbance comes, what happened is, if you write a try block, what happened is, automatically one object is created here. When you write a try block, automatically one object is created here. This object created for whom now? This object created for input mismatch exception. Input mismatch exception object will come. Now, automatically here, one object will be created. When exception raised, one object created here. Sir, how that object created? Who is created? Automatically object is created because input mismatch exception is coming from library. It is showing no already. Already it is showing the class no already. Sir, how it is showing the class? When the disturbance comes, your execution control will have n number of algorithms. In that algorithm, it can detect the type of exception. It has that algorithm to detect the type of exception. It detects the type of exception and find from the library and load it and show to you. This is the exception, you got it, it says. Now, as a code writer, what I'm doing now, I'll keep the total program in try. Whenever I keep in the try, automatically object will come for this class. Automatically object will come. So the rule, whenever you write a try, you must write catch also. That is the rule. Whenever you write try, you must write catch also. So catch will hold the reference. It is going to hold some reference. Some reference variable will be taken. This reference variable is declared with input mismatch exception. Declared with input mismatch exception. Here message will come. Sir, what happens means here automatically one object created. After that, this reference is thrown here. The try block will throw the reference here. That only we call it as behavior of try. What is the behavior of try means? Whenever you write some lines inside the try, when the disturbance comes, automatically one object created for exception type class and the reference of that object is thrown onto catch block. Now, the catch block will hold this address and this catch block is executed and message will come here. See, I am showing that message. Now, you have to keep the total lines in the try. See there. I am writing try catch. I am writing try end of try catch. I am writing. Inside this try, what are the lines you written? Keep all that lines inside. Keep all that lines inside the try. Now the total program inside the try. Observe everyone. Right. The total program inside the try. Now the disturbance occurs here now. Line number 10, the disturbance occur. When the line number 10, the disturbance occurred, the lines are in the try block now. Internally, one object created, reference goes to catch. Means execution control directly come to the catch block directly. From line number 10, the control will come to line number 43 directly. Here, the reference is holding input mismatch input mismatch, exception, some reference where I'll take OB. Here I'll keep one message, system.out.println. You can say enter only integer values. The point. Now here, if the control goes to catch, this message should come, no? Right. Let us see the message is coming or not. Run it. Just now I entered 12.34 now. Right. See there. The message will come. Message is coming or not now? That only exception handling. Exception handling means sending the control to catch, giving the message from catch. Why are like this? Because in MVC, output is JSP. Output will be given by the JSP. There your UI technologies will come. For that, you have to give the message for them. They'll put a message on web browser. For that purpose, we accommodate all the messages to one corner, that only catch block. So now line number 10, the control goes to line number 43. Observe everyone, right? So who created object here? Sir, we not created object. So automatically object came or not now here? That only behavior of catch block. One entire question is there. If you write all the lines inside the try, what happens? What is the behavior? When exception raised within the try block, then one object is created for exception type class and the reference is thrown onto catch block. That is a behavior. Right. Make it. When exception raised from try block, then one object is created for exception type class, and when exception raised from try block, then one object is created for exception type class and object reference is thrown onto catch block. When exception raised from try block, then one object is created for exception type class and object reference is thrown onto catch block. All of you understood this statement, right? Generally, all the people will speak roughly. Exception raised, exception thrown, catch block will catch it, they'll say. But internally, one object is there. Only developer knows. Only developer knows internally one object is there. So how can you say one object is there? Now this is one variable. Yes or no? This variable declared by the type class. Now any variable declared by the type class is a primitive or non-primitive? Non-primitive. Non-primitive data type variable will hold value or reference? Reference. Reference must be there. Without object, reference will not come. That's the concept. Understand? Only developer will know one object is there. Remaining all they'll speak orally. Exception raised, exception thrown, exception catched. They'll say. You also can say no problem. Exception raised, exception thrown. But when you think it, one object is there in the background, you must know. Then only you will understand exception handling. All of it clear with this statement? Right. Now see. Sir, exception is available here also no, sir. Exception here available here also no. Wherever the exception comes, the control goes to catch only. See there. Suppose I am entering the value correctly here. I am entering the value correct. If you enter it, it will not disturb you. I am entering 1.2. Here you enter wrongly, no? Right. Now the control goes to catch block. At last the control is going to catch block or not now? That only. Actually, I'll reveal one point now. You'll write if else. If else you'll write no. You must not write actually. Else you must not write actually. Starting I will written no. If else. If else. For your satisfaction I written. Student satisfaction. Feel happy. If I don't write what you will say, Venkatesh sir skipped the syllabus, you'll say headache. But that is not available actually. Frankly speaking, not available. If else, if you never write it, we'll write one condition, throw the reference onto catch block. That's all. Message will come. That if else concept not there. C language concept that is. But all are freshers, no. Maximum 90% of students freshers. Means they'll prepare for examination, gateway pass. Further that is available, so we write it. In applicative area, that is not there. Ladder if else, nested if ऐसा नहीं रहता. So all exception handling process only. One condition, throw to the catch block. From catch block, message should come. That is actual work. I also came lastly, no. First I filled all. Without exception handling also, you can do all the programs. Yes or no? But there are some exceptions you not attend. Revealed. In that program also, many things are there. You never get an idea, no. I'm entering int, I'm getting the answer. If anybody entered other than int, sir, I not yet expected, sir. The user will enter other than int also, no. Not only int, you will enter, if you say enter the value, you will enter Java also. You said enter the value, no. You not yet said integer value, float value. When you go to ATM center in the pin number, they'll say roughly 12.34, you enter it. Understood? Of course, it will not accept it. That's a different issue. But I'm speaking. User has a choice to enter it, no? Right. See there. Message coming or not? Whatever you enter other than integer, the control will go to catch. All of you got this point now? Just for demo purpose, what is try block? That is the information. If I write my program within the try block, if any disturbance comes, one object created, the reference will go to catch. That's the information. Sir, you not written finally blocks are here. Finally block is not mandatory. It is a optional block. But try catch is mandatory. Finally is optional. Now make the notes on catch block. So what is catch block? Here already diagram is there, no? Sir, catch block will hold reference thrown from the try block and the message generated. The catch block is having one message, no? The message will come out. That is the duty of catch. Catch block. Catch block will hold object reference thrown from the try block and the required message generated from catch block. The required message generated from catch block. So syntax, sir, catch exception type class reference variable message. All have understood try catch? Yes or no? Na? Finally, mandatory or not mandatory? Without writing, also answer is coming, no? Your student marks program waiting. Do you remember? Yes or no? Na? The student program you written no, if else you written no. All else's should be converted into catch blocks. That only assignment to you. You written if else or not now. Else must not be there. Right? Invalid branch, invalid something you written no. That all should be converted into catch block. That only exception handling. Understand that point, right? All are having JavaScript started. In pop-up message will come in script. That pop-up message will come from catch. Invalid employee, sorry, not employee ID. Anything if you make a wrong one, pop-up message will come, no? That pop-up message will come from catch only in real time. So all your else blocks, you are going to convert it anyway. Finally, block is part of exception handling process. Finally, block is part of exception handling. Not there means finally block not there. But if you don't write finally block, also exception handling will be done. That's I'm writing. Finally, block is part of exception handling process, but executed automatically without depending on exception. Finally, block is part of exception handling process, but executed automatically without depending on exception. You can say automatically, or you can say in bracket independently. You can write no problem. Automatically without depending on exception. The meaning exception there means disturbance available or disturbance not available. Whatever the reason it is, I will run it. It will run automatically. Right? Exception is there also, it will run. Exception not there also, it will run. That's called finally block speciality. Sir, what this finally block will hold? Make it in real time. In real time, finally block will hold resource closing operations in real time. Finally, block will hold resource closing operations like IO close, file close, DB close, ... In real time, finally block will hold resource closing operations like IO closing, file closing, DB closing, network closing, any stream closing like this. They are all resources, we say. In our program also, yes dot close, that is IO dot close. So in our program also, here, sir, scanner is waiting down. You can write finally block no here. Finally, inside that we write yes dot to close. That's the concept. Only resources we got. In your advanced Java, they'll write con dot close, connection dot close. They'll write. You know, because the sir asked, do you know exception handling? To close that only. Sir will close that con dot close. Database open, no, he will close it. For closing only, he asked a question. Do you know exception handling? If you know exception handling, he'll write try catch and he'll write finally. He will close it. For resource closing only, he asked a question. If you don't know exception handling also, you can run it. You got it now, right? So at least try catch finally. Finally is resource closing, DB closing. In advanced Java, DB closing. Here, IO close, file close. Here, network close. There, DB close. In servlet programming, stream close, PW dot close. Like this, we are having closing operations in finally block. Syntax. Finally, some statements. Followed by the diagram roughly to educate you how try catch is running. All of you understood this right now. This program I am not adding now only because here some more thing we are adding. Some more thing is if I entered one negative value or zero value, greater is zero. Greater is zero only, no? Sir, why to compare negative and zero, sir? You must not compare them. If I give a condition, what you'll do? You'll go home. You'll write if else and come or not. Yes or no, na? But you must not write. In exception handling process, you must not write. You must raise one exception. You must move the message to catch block. That only object-oriented programming. You are writing if else block means you are in the C language still. They don't have exception handling process. Not only you, 99 of 100, they'll do that only. Right? Now we have to raise it. This you are calling it as user-defined exception. Sir, we only should write one condition. We only should raise the exception. We only should create object. We only should throw the reference onto catch block. We only should give one message. That's called user-defined exception. Can I do in the next class? Total 40 to 1 hour it takes. Right. One more information. Tomorrow I am not available. No problem, Andy. Tomorrow one day I am in leave. Morning I am available. For your class I am not available. I am celebrating my birthday with my daughter tomorrow. Because one day, half day I am not available. Okay, right. Tomorrow I'll come back on Monday. So after that, I'll compensate the time because I not yet started this. If I started, I must end it. Okay, right. Take a break. Thank you very much for today. Now, why celebration for me? My daughter is celebration. If I am a kid, my daughter is very interested, not me.
Is it necessary to write a whole program in try block?
Not mandatory. You can write different try blocks.
Different try blocks. Happy birthday, sir.
అలా మీకు అర్థం కాలేదండి పేరెంట్ రియల్ టైంలో పేరెంట్ రాదు. అవును. మార్కెట్ అనాలిసిస్ లో కొన్ని కార్డ్ అనుకో కార్డ్ నాట్ డిటెక్టెడ్ అని ఇలాంటి మెసేజ్ కింద క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతుంది. ఇన్వాలిడ్ యూజర్ నేమ్స్ ఇన్వాలిడ్ మార్కెట్ క్యాన్సిల్ మెసేజ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మీకు అవసరం అయితే ఇది రాయవచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు రాయలేదు. లేకపోతే ఎక్కడైతే స్పేస్ ఉందో అక్కడ స్పేస్ ఇక్కడ మధ్యలో స్పేస్ ఉంది కదా, స్పేస్ దగ్గర బ్రేక్ చేసి అలా జాయిన్ అవుతుంది. స్ట్రింగ్ జాయిన్ అవుతుంది. జాయిన్ చేసుకుంటే ఎక్కువ స్పేసెస్ టెన్ స్పేసెస్ రన్ చేసుకుంటూ వచ్చేటప్పుడు రన్ టైం ఎర్రర్ టైం ఎర్రర్ ఉండదు. రన్ టైం మార్కెట్ వచ్చిన రన్ టైం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ రన్ టైం ఇన్పుట్ మిస్ మ్యాచ్ రన్ టైం ఎర్రర్ అంటే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఎర్రర్ అంటే ఎక్కువ టైం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు అంటే ఎర్రర్ వేరే ఎక్సెప్షన్ అంటే అప్లికేషన్ ఎర్రర్ అంటే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డిస్టర్బెన్సెస్ ఉంటే ఎర్రర్ అంటే వెబ్సైట్ లో వచ్చింది
అదే సార్ అర్థం కాదు ప్రోగ్రామ్ కరెక్ట్ రాదు
ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో వచ్చిందని ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ అంటే ఎర్రర్ అంటే డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ నువ్వు ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తే ఎర్రర్ అప్లికేషన్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తే ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఎందుకంటే నువ్వే కోడ్ రైటర్ కూడా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తావు ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ నువ్వే హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తావు అంతే ఎర్రర్